good. So now we'll move into our activity. So we have a few sentences here, and what I'll ask you to do is to quickly copy the sentence and you will underline the independent clause. You are to underline the independent clause and circle the subordinating conjunction. Once you have the independent clause underlined, you'll be able to identify the dependent clause. So you are to underline the independent clause and circle the subordinating conjunction. And this is not difficult. I don't even think you need to write. You can just read through these. And when I call on you, you can just identify the parts for me. So don't write. I'll send it in the group. Just read and ensure you can identify the three parts I want you to identify when I call on you. You're identifying the independent clause, the dependent clause, and the subordinating conjunction.
Miss, can you go over that back again, please?
Sure. You are to read the sentences and be able to identify the independent and the dependent clauses, as well as the subordinating conjunction. So if I call on you to read the first sentence, you should be able to read it and tell me what is the subordinating conjunction and which clause is the main clause or the independent clause and which is the dependent clause. So we'll look at 6 of them now. We'll do these orally. So I'll give you 5 minutes to ensure you go through them, and then I'll call on you to read and identify the parts. Okay, let's get started. So I'll ask Shanika Anderson to read the first sentence for us. Remember, when you're reading, please speak up for me. Shanika Anderson, can you please read the first sentence?
Because my coffee was too cold, I heated it in the microwave.
Very good. So which is the independent clause?
I heated it in the microwave.
Excellent. I heated it in the microwave is our independent clause. And so it therefore means because my coffee was too cold is our dependent clause. And our subordinating conjunction is? What is the subordinating conjunction?
Because my coffee was too cold.
Because is the conjunction. Because, but the entire, because my coffee was too cold is the dependent clause. But the word because is our subordinating conjunction. Okay, Odesh, that's okay that you have to leave. All right, number 2, the second one, although he was wealthy, he was still unhappy. Akim Khan, can you read this one for me? Akim Khan.
Although he was wealthy, he was still unhappy.
Very good. So our independent clause is?
He was wealthy.
No. Guess again.
He was still unhappy.
Yes, he was still unhappy is our independent clause. Although he was wealthy is our dependent clause, and our conjunction is?
Although.
Although. Very good. Thank you. Number 3, Alice Ramatar.
Yes, miss. She returned the computer after she noticed it was damaged.
She returned the computer after she noticed it was damaged. Good. Now, you see the first 2 were simple because we had the comma, right?
Yes, miss.
One here is the independent clause.
She returned the computer.
Excellent. She returned the computer. That's our independent clause. After she noticed it was damaged is the dependent clause.
Yes, miss.
Our subordinate conjunction is after.
Is after.
Very good. Thank you. Number 4, Aliyah Doris. Number 4. This one here.
Hi, miss.
Read this one. Because?
Because I had to catch a train, and as we were short on time, I forgot to pack my toothbrush for our vacation.
Good. Just identify the independent clause for me.
The independent clause is I forgot to pack my toothbrush for our vacation.
Excellent. I forgot to pack my toothbrush for our vacation. Now, what do we notice with this sentence?
Miss, it has because I had to catch a train is the dependent clause.
This is one of our dependent clause.
And then it has another dependent clause and as we were short on time.
Good. Very, very good. Very good. So we have two dependent clauses here. Remember in the definition I told you that it can have at least one dependent clause, and so we see in the activity here we had a trick sentence. So I forgot to pack my toothbrush for our vacation. That's our independent clause, and we have two dependent clauses. I had to catch the train, and as we were short on time. So we also have two subordinators here, and because. Now, look at the variety here. All of this is one sentence. But if you know, because now you know the structure, you know the type of sentence. So because I had to catch the train, and as we were short on time, I forgot to pack my toothbrush for our vacation. Now, it is important for us to know how to use, how to compile, how to write these different types of sentences, especially in our writing, in our short stories. We want to explain a point or we want to say something, but because we are not comfortable writing too long sentences, we end up having snippy, very short, everything. We were short on time because I had to catch a train, full stop. We were short on time, and so because you don't know how to connect the sentence as one big complex sentence, you have little simple sentences. It is okay to have short sentences, but in your writing it makes your work sound choppy. I had to catch a train. We were very short, or we were late. We were short on time. I forgot to pack my toothbrush for our vacation. So if you read those as individual sentences, it doesn't connect the entire idea. When we put it together with the connectors or the subordinators in this case, because I had to catch the train and as we were short on time, I forgot to pack my toothbrush for our vacation. Note as well how distinct the comma, the pauses make it even more simpler for the reader to understand what you're saying. So this one was very interesting. It's the same type of sentence, it's just that it has two dependent clauses. So we'll go to the other one. Yes, the subordinating conjunction is always there with the dependent clause. Think of it as a connector. Remember, conjunctions are used to join, conjunction, to join. And so when you think about the subordinating conjunction, think of it as a connector. It is used there because it is there to help to connect your thoughts, connect your information here. And so because you have the connectors there, it gives it fluency and it makes it simple for the person to understand it. So the subordinating conjunctions are always needed when you're dealing with the independent and dependent clauses. It's needed to join them. The second to last one, hold on. If any other question, if there's no more questions, I'll move on. Good, so let's see. Antoine Williams, as she was, can you read that, the second to last sentence for me? Antoine Williams.
Okay, miss. As she was bright and ambitious, she became a manager in no time.
Very good. Our independent clause is
She was bright and ambitious.
no. Guess again.
She became a manager in no time is our
Very good.
independent clause.
And so it therefore means all of this is our dependent clause. So our subordinating conjunction is what here? Alright, I'll help you here. It's as. Now, an easy way to identify your independent clause. Thank you, Antoine. As long as you see the comma here, know that everything that comes after the comma will be your independent clause. As in this case, where there is no comma, as in number 3, you look for the connector. See here, note here, the connector is in the middle of the sentence. It joins the independent clause, which is the first part, to the second part, which is our dependent clause. So that's an easy way for you to identify if you need to, for structuring as I'm asking you to do here. Good. We have one more sentence. Daniel Holder, can you please do the last sentence for me?
Whenever you go, you can always find beauty.
Very good. Wherever you go, you can always find beauty. And what is our independent clause?
You can always find beauty.
Excellent. And our subordinator is
Whenever you go.
Thank you. What did I do? Good. So you can always find beauty. That's our independent clause, and our subordinator is whenever. Good. So any questions? I'm open for any questions. Anything you didn't understand or you need me to just go over with you?